Wednesday is execution day for the man behind one of the most horrific hate crimes in modern day history. John William King is slated to die in Texas on April 24th for the dragging death of James Byrd Jr. King and two others beat Byrd before chaining him to a pickup truck and dragging him almost 3 miles back in 1998. Byrd's brutal murder shocked the world and spurred Texas and Congress to pass hate crime legislation. The U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear King's final appeal in October. That means the 44-year-old will be executed barring a last-minute stay. Tonight, authorities are releasing body camera footage of a controversial police shooting near Yale University. This is after a week of protest calling for police accountability. It happened just after 4 a.m. on April 16th when police say they received a report of an attempted armed robbery. According to 911 transcripts, police were looking for a red car driven by a man with a female passenger. 22-year-old Stephanie Washington, the passenger of the car, was shot. Her injuries are not life-threatening. The driver, 21-year-old Paul Witherspoon, was not injured in the shooting, according to police. Neither the driver nor the passenger were arrested, and no gun was found.
I have no intention of charging the officers without the full investigation being in front of us.
The officers have been placed on leave pending the outcome of the investigations. The Me Too movement brought to light a wave of sexual misconduct and harassment allegations, but those shakeups are far from over. Washington correspondent Alana Austin reports on the ripple effect on Capitol Hill and around the nation.
Sexual misconduct isn't anything new. It's the level of accountability that's unprecedented.
When the Me Too movement first went viral, a wave of alleged sexual assault and harassment survivors began speaking out against prominent politicians. High-ranking officials like Al Franken, John Conyers, and Blake Farenthold all stepped aside. The cultural shift prompted Georgetown law professor Jamila Bowman Williams to study the ripple effects in the political world.
Never have we seen this many government officials who are being fired and who are resigning and retiring in the middle of their terms.
Since the 2016 elections, Williams identified 138 elected and appointed officials who faced accusations. She says the vast majority of those leaders lost their positions or faced lawsuits and criminal investigations after Me Too took off in October 2017.
Last year, outrage spread over the revelation that lawmakers could use taxpayer funds for settlements to alleged victims. Congress changed that, so lawmakers are now on their own for any such payments.
It's a big step forward.
Missouri Senator Roy Blunt championed this bipartisan bill.
If you're the perpetrator of that yourself as a member of Congress, the liability is going to be on you.
Georgetown professor Williams says the next stage of her research will focus on how the Me Too movement is impacting state laws. In Washington, I'm Alana Austin.
Actor, filmmaker, and comedian Seth MacFarlane received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame today. The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce honored MacFarlane with a star in the category of television. TV heavyweights, including Ted Danson, were on hand as the chamber dedicated MacFarlane's star. MacFarlane, who is also an animator, is perhaps best known for creating the irreverently funny animated series Family Guy. Call it a home run for the wealthiest baseball fans. A jersey once worn by the legendary Babe Ruth will hit the auction block this summer. The New York Yankees road jersey dates back to the 1920s, nearly 100 years ago. The simple flannel shirt wouldn't have cost much back then, but it's expected to fetch $4.5 million at auction. If it sells for that price, Ruth's jersey would set a world record for the highest grossing sports memorabilia item ever sold. The auction will happen at Yankee Stadium June 15th. Don't go anywhere. We'll have a full look at your forecast and much more coming up.